What's up, everybody, and welcome to In Love with Horror, your destination for all things horror. And this is your midweek horror news update. And we got a lot to talk about in this update, and we'll be discussing Max and HBO signing an exclusive deal with A24. Max also gave us our first look at Welcome to Derry. Sony is rebuilding Screen Gems, and horror is at the forefront. David Dastmalchian joins the cast in another horror film. A new trailer for a sci-fi thriller called T.I.M dropped. And we'll of course give you the box office update from this past weekend. So all that's coming up. Stay tuned. So HBO and Max has signed an exclusive multi-year pay-one agreement with A24. Now, currently, A24 has a pay-one agreement with Showtime, but that is coming to an end. Now, we're pulling this report from Deadline, and they didn't give us a time frame of when the Showtime deal is expiring and when the HBO/Max deal will kick up. But with this multi-year pay-one agreement with A24, both new and existing A24 movies and shows, the whole existing library will play on Max, HBO, and Cinemax. And that's a total, y'all, of over 100 movies over the term of the agreement. Now, Royce Battleman, EVP Content Acquisitions for Warner Brothers Discovery, had this to say about this. And quote, "Continuing our relationship with A24 to bring award-winning movies alongside recent fan favorites to subscribers adds incredible value to the HBO and Max value proposition. The diverse range of stories that come from the A24 pipeline makes this partnership so impactful for our audience." Now, this is cool.
They're getting a whole lot.
Right, yeah. I mean, and honestly, I feel like A24 is a good home for Max.
I agree with that.
Especially with like a lot of the HBO original content, you know, more so on the show side. But you know, I feel like HBO really supports like creative original ideas, and that's what A24 does, you know, on the film side. So they kind of balance each other out, and I feel like that's a perfect fit. So I think that was a smart choice to go down that path. And honestly, nowadays I don't even know what's on Showtime. Like
I don't,
right now.
but I know that you have to pay extra for Showtime too, like to get it through, like because they're coupled with Peacock, right?
I thought they had their own service,
They
just
might
like
do,
other
but
stuff.
you can get it also with like another service. I think it's Peacock. I can't remember which one it is.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of these services, like they have like the bundling options where you can get it. You know, I think on Hulu you can get some of those networks on there.
Well, my thing is, I'm not paying extra for that, but for Max, we already have it.
Already got
or
it.
if you don't have it and you want to get it, you just paying that one price and being able to watch this stuff. Yeah.
Right, yeah. It'll all
Makes
be
more sense.
Yeah, it'll all be housed under there. But that's awesome. You know, hopefully also, you know, hope this means that with this deal that like the relationship is kind of built up, and maybe they'll, you know, do some stuff
that'd be dope.
together. You know what I'm saying? Like get some of those writers that are, you know, working on some of these HBO shows and partner them up with A24 and just, you know, create some magic. You know, this is more about them just putting the content on the service. But
it's still good. It's still good.
Right. It's still dope out the way.
It's a win for them. Good job, A24.
Oh yeah, 100%. So you know, we'll watch this story because they haven't put out the timeline of when this you know, transition will happen. But just know, if you already got a Max subscription, you about to get a whole lot of content from A24 on that service.
I've been wanting to watch that Priscilla movie too, and that's gonna be up there.
Okay. I vaguely remember that one. I feel like that was something you was like really into, but I think I just like passed right over it. Oh, because that was the Elvis one, right? Yeah. Okay. yeah. Because all the women was going crazy over that one or whatever.
All the women?
Yeah, weren't they?
I don't know about that. I just know I'm interested in watching the movie.
I feel like you told me, you was like, oh.
You're talking about the actor who's playing Elvis.
Oh, right. Yeah. Everybody's going, you know.
Well, that's not why I want to watch it. I also want to see, because there's good, you know, people have said good things about the person who made the movie, like actually being real about the actual life of Elvis and stuff like that. Even though it's not he's not the focus, it's really, you know, Priscilla's the focus, but still getting insight into the scandalousness of him. That's why I want to see. Because, you know, people always like try to make him seem like he's so great and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, like perfect.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's why I want to watch it.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's all you.
Yeah.
But y'all let us know down in the comments below, how excited are you about this partnership, this deal, this agreement between HBO/Max and A24? Are you excited? You already got Max. You excited to get all the A24 content over on Max? And hopefully this develops some new relationships there too. But let us know all that down in the comments below.
Well, along with this story, Max also put out a preview of their upcoming lineup for 2024 and 2025.
Oh, yeah.
Within that, we got a look at Welcome to Derry, which is going to be the new prequel series that they're going to be having from It.
Yep.
So the upcoming series will premiere sometime in 2025. So we got a long time.
Yeah, we got a hot minute, yo. Hot minute.
Yes, but it will be a prequel to the It movies by Andy Muschietti, who will also direct a few of the episodes. So that's cool.
Oh, that's actually dope because he did the It films.
Yes.
So yeah, he directed them.
Variety reported the series will begin in the 1960s in the time leading up to the events of It Part 1, the 2017 film based on the Stephen King horror novel. The story is also said to include the origin story of Pennywise the Clown.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes, that's
That'd be
exciting.
cool.
Yes. All right. So during the quick teaser and the bit of the preview, there's a lot of other stuff. So we really got like a mini snippet.
It was like 2-3 seconds.
Yeah, it was super fast.
Max.
So we see some kids riding bikes, and the only character that's actually highlighted in the teaser is Mike, which is the black character, and which I thought was funny. Right. But yeah, so he's like seeing stuff like a lady in the woods, but it's quick, like it's super fast. So he sees like a lady in the woods. He's like, he sees the red balloon, and then you see him as an adult and a kid, and like something like jumps out of the water at him and like tries to grab him, and then so he sees like a red balloon in the tree, but that's all you get.
But it's not like Mike from the movies though, right?
What do you mean? No, it's not the actual Mike from. You talking about the person who?
No, I'm talking about because wasn't the black dude's name in the movies? Wasn't that character's name Mike?
Yes.
Yeah, but I thought this took place before that, didn't it?
Is it the same? It's the same characters.
Is it?
That's what the thing said.
That's what the article said.
Yeah, it was not this particular one we got clipped right here, but another article that I pulled up.
Yeah, I'm with it. I have to look into that because unless they're kind of coupling the prequel story with the origins of Pennywise the Clown and then bumping it up to the first movie, because I thought it was like prequel in the sense of like I didn't know we were getting characters from the movie.
I don't know what to tell you.
Wow. Okay, I'm about to look into that because I've misunderstood. Well, see, the problem is they haven't put out a whole lot of information about this show anyway.
That's true.
But okay, yeah, I didn't realize that it was, actually going to be part of the first movie as well, essentially.
That's what the article said. Now, they could have been just going off the fact that he was black, and they said that it was Mike.
Because it's Mike, yeah.
That's possible that they did that.
It's very possible, yeah. Yeah.
So they could have been just like, oh, well, it must be that guy.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Because I was like, dang, I thought this was like prequel to even the movie, but shoot, I don't know.
Maybe because of the timing. Is it the story set in this time period in the 60s when they were kids? Was that set in the same time?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like
I can't
read
remember
the books
exactly
because I
know it was because I feel like it was around that like. I thought it was like 70s, 80s. I might be wrong though.
I don't know.
I can't remember super good. It's been a while. But it could have been 60s because I just they were older.
Yeah.
When they in part 2 when it jumped forward, but I didn't think they were like older. You know what I'm trying to say?
The kid version is 1960s.
That's what I'm saying. But when it jumped, didn't it jump to like modern day?
Well, he was older. Yeah. But if you were a kid in the 60s.
Yeah, you'd be like pushing 70.
70? If you were a kid in the 60s? Oh, you're talking about what the timeline is in the movies when they are adults.
Right.
That's what you're asking.
Because if they were kids in the 60s and you jump to part 2 and it's modern day.
Well, I don't know if it was modern day or not. I don't know.
I mean, sure. I
don't know what that is.
I can't remember either.
Yeah.
But what'd you think? Well, what'd you think about the little 3-second teaser that we did?
It was dumb fast, so I don't know. But the look of it looks really nice. Like, and then we've already seen some of the like set photos that they had released before, so we knew it's kind of going to look kind of cool. So I don't know. It looked to me like
it looked good. Like it looked like high production value, high budget. Just by the look of it, it was a super quick glimpse, so it wasn't a lot to go off of. But I am looking forward to whenever we do get a trailer. It's probably gonna be a while with it not coming until
2025.
2025. We ain't getting a trailer no time soon. But if y'all saw that, 3-second clip that was in that montage of, all the stuff that's coming to Max, let us know down in the comments below what you thought about that little clip teaser. I don't even know what to call it. That little 3-second clip within the trailer.
It's a preview.
The preview. Let us know. And then also let us know if maybe y'all might have more information about what exactly or when exactly the show takes place and if it actually blends timeline.
Because the show says 60s. That's what it says.
But is it the same characters from the movie?
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if y'all in the comments down below can let us know. Now, Sony and Screen Gems is making horror a top focus, y'all. So according to an article on the Hollywood Reporter, Sony just signed a first look deal with Gary Dauberman, the writer-director behind films like Annabelle Creation, The Nun, and Annabelle Comes Home, which is the one that he directed. Now, Sony is actually looking to rebuild Screen Gems, which has kind of been known for like the, somewhat more lower budget projects or, not well received critically type of projects. They got some hits here and there, but typically, they're not great, but so I think they're trying to put more money into it. They're trying to put a focus back on it because they see that horror is doing really good, and they feel like, we gotta like kind of build up. They have a history of making some decent titles, like they did the Resident Evil franchise, Mothman Prophecies back in 2002, Exorcism of Emily Rose. That's one that we really like as well. That's from 2005, and then they did that one film from 2014, Deliver Us from Evil. So they got some stuff that we like personally. But that's in a sea of other things that aren't that great. So it's cool to try to like, put a focus back into this, put some money behind it, put some resources, get somebody like, Gary Dauberman, who's got, some writing credits. He's helped build the Conjuring universe. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
He's got some, he had a hand in it. So he's got the experience.
Annabelle Comes Home. Which one is that?
That's the one where it was focused on the daughter and she had the babysitter. And the one girl opens up the door.
Did not like.
Oh yeah, that movie's terrible. That movie was awful.
So it's interesting. Okay.
Well, again, this is just a first look deal.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah,
kind of like, if whatever ideas or scripts or whatever this Gary writes, it's like they get first dibs essentially.
Yeah.
They can always pass and it goes to somebody else, but considering his background, I doubt they'll pass.
Yeah.
Now, Ashley Brooks, the new president at Screen Gems, made this statement regarding this new store. And then I quote, involved can't talk today, y'all. Involved in some of the biggest horror franchises in the last 10 years. Gary has an extraordinary I can't read either. Extraordinary ability to create and build out terrifying worlds and create a visceral experience through thoughtfully crafted story and characters. He's a force in the horror genre space, and we are thrilled to be partnering with him at Screen Gems as he continues to come up with new and creative ways of entertaining and scaring audiences. Yep.
Now, when you have this type of deal, because he obviously hasn't written anything yet, so it's only if he writes something, and then they be like, okay, we want that.
Right.
Do you get paid first, or you got to write something first? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, I think he was still compensated for, like, because he's still shopping the scripts, right? He's still shopping the story. So he would still get compensated, but the first runner up for dibs on it is going to be Sony and Screen Gems.
Gotcha.
Right. And like I said, they could read it and be like, nah, and then they go somebody else. It goes from there. But with that first look deal, it's basically like a first dibs. And they kind of, typically with this, he probably already had some ideas. I'm sure they've had conversations.
Probably.
This is some stuff I'm working on. This is stuff that we're thinking about doing. So I'm sure there's been plenty of conversations, outside of that. But, it's just an effort to make sure that they'll have stuff coming, especially stuff that'll be really good. Now, the article mentions how other studios are doing the same because horror, no matter what, makes money. So Paramount has a first look deal with Parker Finn, who did Smile. Universal, of course, has James Wan, and New Line has Boulder Light Pictures, the producer behind Barbarian. So, all these studios have, deals with different, writers, directors, these first look deals where it's like, hey, like, we like what you've done,
Yeah.
and we want to give you money in advance, or or agreements. I'm sure there's a lot of things within that says like, hey, like we get the first dibs on whatever fire you produce.
Yeah.
So this is cool. Like I'm glad to hear that they're going to, kind of put some focus, some resources back into Screen Gems.
Yeah.
Hopefully that means that we get some dope stuff. Now, some of y'all might not really like a lot of these.
That's why I was kind of wondering, like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, some of y'all might not like some of these Conjuring
these
films.
aren't the best ones out of the franchise,
right? Like Gary worked on, and you're probably like, man, like, this don't mean nothing to me because I don't like those movies.
But I guess it's still good because they're trying to rebuild Screen Gems. It's not like they're going to be dumping millions and millions of dollars into this, so it makes sense that they.
Because I mean, at the very least, all those movies I think are better than stuff like Slender Man and
their older
throwaway stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're trying to come up.
Right, exactly. So y'all let us know down in the comments below what you think about this first look deal between Gary Dauberman and Sony and Screen Gems, and Sony's renewed focus on horror and building Screen Gems back up to be a place of horror that people actually look at and go like, oh yeah, this is actually, I'm actually excited for Screen Gem films. You know what I'm saying? So y'all let us know all that down in the comments below.
All right, y'all. So for our next story, we're talking about David Dastmalchian, who is like the hardest working actor in horror this past year.
Dude is in everything.
Yeah. And not just horror, because he was in Oppenheimer as well. But there was an article on Collider talking about this new film called Dust Bunny, which is Brian Fuller's feature film debut. Now, there's not a ton of information surrounding this film, but we do know that David Dastmalchian was just cast, but he's also going to be appearing alongside Sojourner Weaver and Mads Mikkelsen. The information that we do have says that it's a throwback to the family horror films of the 80s.
Sweet.
Yes.
I'm all on board. That's dope.
Yes, for sure. And I'm excited for Dastmalchian because, like I said, he's like I'm a fan favorite, right? Like he's like one of my favorites. Seeing him in so many different things this year, they're not even huge roles, but I think I like him in the roles he has done. So I don't know much about Dust Bunny or how big this movie will be for him, but I feel like since he's going to be teaming up alongside some bigger actors, it's potential for this to be a good, gateway for him to go further. Yeah,
it's you can't always judge a project by the cast, but when it is a good cast, you can at least be like, well, at least the performances
were good. Yeah.
But typically, if they're connected, maybe the script and the story and all that stuff is actually well written and pretty good.
I believe it's a short. I might be wrong, but I feel like it was a short.
Okay.
First, because I think when I was trying to find information about it, that's what was coming up. It was like a short. So, but other than that, I don't really know much about it. But I'm just hyped for him.
That's awesome, man. Hey, keep working. He out there, busting his ass, getting everything, and doing a good job for the most part in all these films. So I'm excited to see what he'll do next. Y'all let us know down in the comments below how excited are you for David's continued, success in a lot of these films. Let us know how excited you are for Dust Bunny and hearing some of this casting news, and also hearing that it's going to be a throwback to like the family horror films of the 80s and what that could really mean. Because I'm thinking stuff like, Ghostbusters and stuff like that. So that's exciting. Y'all let us know y'all's thoughts down in the comments below. All right, y'all. So we got a new trailer this week for a new sci-fi horror thriller called T.I.M, starring Georgina Campbell. Now, the T.I.M stands for Technologically Integrated Manservant, and the film.
I died laughing at that.
Right, yeah. So check it out. The film synopsis reads: Abby, a prosthetics engineer, and her husband Paul. I'm sorry. I'm reading it messed up, y'all. Because it says the film.
That's my fault.
Yeah, no, it's all right. So the film follows Abby, a prosthetics engineer, and her husband Paul as they adapt to a new life outside the city. Abby's latest project, the AI humanoid T.I.M, initially appears as the perfect aid, programmed to serve only her. It transforms into a perilous obsession determined to replace Paul. It stars Georgina Campbell, Mark Rowley, and Eamon Farron, and is being directed and written by Spencer Brown, a British filmmaker who worked on a film called Shed of the Dead, which I never heard of it before. But yeah, I'll go with you first, babe. What'd you think about this trailer for this film, T.I.M?
I thought it was hilarious. Well, okay, so initial watch through, I was like, I already know exactly how this is gonna go. So I felt like it was kind of like obvious. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, right, yeah.
pretty straightforward of how the story is going to pan out. The trailer basically spells it all out as well.
Everything. Yep.
Yeah. So, but I like Georgina Campbell. I haven't seen Barbarian, but I know she was in that. But she was also in that.
She was good in that.
She was also in that Bird Box Barcelona.
Oh, yep. Sure enough.
Mark Rowley and Eamon Farron are the other actors in this film.
Mhm.
One of them was in what's the show I like? The Kingdom one that comes on Netflix.
Last Kingdom.
Last Kingdom,
yeah.
yes. And another who was in another show. I don't know, but these are good, actors.
Mhm.
They're in
yeah.
smaller Netflix films, but still they're good ones. Shows.
Yep.
They're still good actors. So I think the performances at least will be good.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't know. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Megan, obviously, because it's a robot
it is
that
very similar.
goes left.
Yep.
It doesn't go the way they want it to go.
Yep.
And then it also has kind of like
those romance thriller vibes.
Yes, exactly.
Except it's a robot.
Right.
Yeah.
Except it's a robot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
Because they've made a few movies over the last decade or so where it's like that, either like side piece or someone from work who's like obsessed.
Or someone you accidentally messes around with one time, then they can't let it go.
Yep. So it's got the vibes of that, but housed in this high tech sci-fi thriller.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's a robot instead. And
yeah.
like it is funny because like the robot's watching them get freaky and stuff. Like he's peeping around the door, like watching. Like, man, I wish that was me.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Like there's one part where he's like showing her that he's cheating on her, that her husband was cheating on her. And he's like,
I'm sure when Tim saw that, like, I'm sure he's probably searched through all security camera footage, right? Because he's like, I gotta get rid of this dude somehow.
Yeah.
Like, Paul gotta go. So he's looking through the logs. He's like, oh shit, I found the golden ticket. Like, I found the receipt to prove my point. And being like, Abby, you need to be with me. I'm a robot. He probably don't got no.
You are insane.
Because he's, what I'm saying? He's, like robots are usually like, flat. You know what I'm saying? So
we don't know what he got. What kind of anatomy he got?
Well, look, I'm sure it's not.
He probably like, you can put it on there.
He probably he said I might be able to build it. He might be able to build it. Yeah.
She makes prosthetics,
right?
So she can build.
He's like, I help you create whatever you need.
He was like, oh yeah, because in the beginning he's like, oh, I'm here to fulfill all your needs and your pleasure.
And he sees the word pleasure. I did hear that piece. Yep. Honestly, I feel like if they made robots like this in real life, I feel like that's the angle that they're probably like
they would have to, right?
It's like this pleasure angle because sex sells like for everything,
makes money.
So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it actually took that route. But no, I mean like the concept is it's pretty straightforward. It's like a romance thriller script, within a high tech sci-fi thriller type thing. Yeah, it kind of looks whatever. Like, I think I'll check it out, but I wouldn't say I'm like excited.
Oh yeah, no,
like that
for sure.
I'm not even gonna go in with like high expectations of it.
I mean, you don't need to. You know how the story's gonna go.
But you know what though, it could be like Megan, and where like it's not so much horror or even really thriller, but it's funny. Yeah, because it
feels funny. Watching the trailer, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So I was laughing.
Yeah, so I feel like this is one you're probably gonna be laughing a lot. Where it's like, it's so ridiculous that it's funny. Yeah, and I don't know if they're gonna take it seriously where it becomes funny.
I don't know
in that kind of way.
The tone of the trailer seems very serious.
Right, but it's comical.
Right, it can't help it.
We'll see. I don't even think there was a release date on this trailer.
Oh gosh, I didn't even see one. I was just so thrown about it.
Yeah, I don't think. I
didn't see one.
And I could try to pull one up real quick, but I'm pretty sure I didn't see one on here anywhere. Yeah, I don't think there was one actually. Yeah, it just said Tim, like a coming soon type thing. So there's no release date yet, y'all. I'm sure it'll come out sometime next year because this looks like it's complete, like it's finished. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it didn't take too much to make this. But y'all let us know down in the comments below what you think about this film called Tim. Are you excited for it? How do you think it looks? Do you think it's going to be like a Megan where like they're taking it serious, but it's pretty comical, like it's pretty funny? Y'all let us know what y'all think down in the comments below. And of course, y'all, last we got the box office update from this past weekend for you. And the big one for us is Godzilla Minus One. So Godzilla Minus One is sitting right now worldwide at $38.91 million. And its domestic total right now, when the weekend ended, he had made, I think, around $11 million over the weekend. Well, since then, as of this recording Wednesday, it's sitting at $12.65 million domestically. So that's huge.
Yeah.
And also, just another extra note, because they did push this out sometime this week, that originally Godzilla Minus One was supposed to end its domestic theatrical run this week, right? But they're actually extending it. Now, they didn't say how long they're extending it, but you do got a little extra time to go see this film if you haven't seen it yet. And if you haven't seen our review of it, we love this film. We think it's worth going to the theater to see. So go out to your cinemas, go see Godzilla Minus One. I promise you it'll be worth it. If you know, if this isn't enough for you, go check out our non-spoiler review, because we hyped this movie up all the way. Check that out, and I promise you, you'll want to go see it because it is really good.
Yes.
But this is huge, man. I'm glad this movie is making like this kind of money. I think it definitely is one of those films that deserves it. And I think that this will encourage Japan to do more, you know, Western releases of maybe other films outside of Godzilla. I'm sure they realize, because of the American films, like, oh, like they got a hunger for Godzilla.
Yeah.
Let's show them this version. And people are like, damn, this is amazing. So I'm sure that whenever the sequel comes out, we'll get that. But maybe they'll also, you know, it'll permeate to other films outside Godzilla. It's like, okay, let's try to put these live action Japanese films
that'd be cool
in American theaters and see how it goes. So did you want to add anything to that?
Nope, I'm just hyped for them. I absolutely loved it. Like you said, go watch our reviews. We got two. You will read my blog post. I wrote about it up there. So yeah.
Go over on inlovewithhorror.com. You can read that blog post, watch our video. But y'all go check out Godzilla Minus One if you haven't seen it. Now, if you have seen it, let us know down in the comments below, you know, how much you liked it, how much you enjoyed it, your favorite parts. And then how excited are you to hear how well it's doing box office, both domestic and worldwide? And, you know, what's your guess on where it could hit? Like, do y'all think it could hit, you know, $15 million just domestically, and then maybe make it all the way up to $50 million worldwide? Let us know all that down in the comments below. Well, that'll do it, y'all, for this midweek horror news update. We had a lot of great stories on here. Y'all let us know down in the comments below, which story are you most excited about? There's a lot of films coming, so many updates. There's so much things coming on. The new year's coming. It's gonna be a whole new year of horror. Hope we get a lot. I mean, things are looking pretty good. But thank y'all so much for, you know, viewing this video or listening to this podcast. If you made it all the way to the end, we appreciate y'all. Hey, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that, because we do a midweek horror news update, an end of the week horror news update. We got podcast reactions, some great content all around to keep you informed and engaged on all things horror. It's all right here in Love with Horror, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.